Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand Rising.
Hey. But today is June 18th, 2024. You know, when I think about this weather, I thought about what's the temperature going to be today? It's going to be actually a high of 88 degrees. That's pretty warm.
I thought it said 90.
Really? My phone said 88.
Okay, I'll go with 88.
Me too.
No, it says today 92.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Okay. Well, let's go with that then. Just
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot. Either way, it's gonna be a hot day.
exactly. So I just wasn't talking about earlier, staying hydrated. Make sure we do something to make sure our bodies are cool. Um, yeah, because it was interesting yesterday. My phone just went out because it was too warm. And then I got a message on my phone saying too is too warm. We gotta power down. I said, huh?
I know, right?
But sure enough, it wouldn't come on anymore until I went to a different area where it was a little cooler. So
Do you have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone, yes.
Oh wow. Well, that's probably why mine was glitching. Stacy, I have a question about because my daughter, ever since she had RJ, she loves ice water. I mean, just everything has to have ice, has to be really cold. Anything if it's supposed to be cold, like watermelon, I like my watermelon room temperature, or a little chill, but not cold. And is for the diabetes, is cold drinks, or for anybody, is cold drinks not a good thing?
Yeah, you should always drink something at body temperature. Anything colder than your body temperature is not good, but we do it all the time. Been doing it for years. But they say when you drink water, especially early in the morning, it should be the same temperature as your body.
Yeah, because if it's colder, it shocks the system. When
It does
in a
something with
bad
the
way.
metabolism. With the metabolism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't mind room temperature water. I don't like it hot, like it's been sitting out in the sun.
Right.
If it's just got a little chill to it, just not cold. But I will drink cold liquids, but I don't have a problem if they're not cold. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So I will definitely be aware of that.
I know one of the things is, as you might, when I was deficient in my iron, I needed ice. I could eat ice, 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 ice. So you might check that as well.
Yeah, I thought that was the question she was going to ask because whenever somebody is low in iron, they crave ice.
Oh, okay.
I mean, really bad, really. That's when I found out I had the fibroid tumors. And I was at a game at the stadium, and I wanted some ice so bad. I went to the concession stand and asked them, could I just need a glass of ice? And she said they couldn't give me a glass of ice. I would have to buy, I have to buy a drink, and I said, okay, I'll pay for the drink, but I don't want the liquid. Just fill it up with ice. And yeah. And then once that was over, fibroids removed and stuff, then my body went back to normal.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Okay.
Okay.
Same story with my daughter. The same story.
You know, Queen, it looks like you got something on your forehead. Did you fall or something?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Oh,
It's like this.
oh wow, okay. Huh.
My eye is, swollen right there. And
Okay.
I did that
You might have,
Saturday coming out of the store.
oh
And I
wow.
had
Oh
like the
no.
platform, and I think my foot turned and like that,
Uh-huh.
and I went down, and then the last thing was my head went boom like that.
Ouch. Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah,
ooh.
so it's healing.
Yeah, look good.
Yeah, but
Things happen.
yeah, I'm glad. I was just grateful that it wasn't worse.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. So
Okay. Yeah, I just noticed that. I said, I mean, send prayers and good thoughts. 'Cause I want you to be healed. Yeah, so let's see. We're gonna do our oracle reading.
Mhm.
Let me see. I got my cards here. Let's see. What is today bringing us? Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna get, Sukuyant, scarcity. I'll show you the picture.
Hmm.
Apropos.
I know, right? Well, let's see what Sukuyant says to us. 21. All right. Sukuyant is the scarcity, princess of scarcity, shadow of scarcity. She is of the shadow temple, and she is the air element. Beauty by day and hag by night. The Sukuyant is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as O-Hig, O-L-E Hig, and Boo Hag. Whether it, I know she doesn't look like that, but whether energy or blood, for vampires, there is never enough to go around. Sukuyant's shadow guidance is, you have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. That's nice. The embodiment is, stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? I would like to know that. What are you grateful for right now? Anybody care to share?
Oh, I think the usual, that I woke up this morning, that I wasn't, that I got up and I was relatively pain-free. And
Right.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mama Evelyn. I guess I'll chime in. At this moment, very moment, I'm thankful that I'm actually cool. I'm comfortable. I'm not burning up or hot or sweating or anything. So I'm thankful for that, this moment, because this might change, truly. But right now, I'm good.
Well, I'm grateful that my face is healing.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm grateful that it wasn't worse. And I'm grateful that that I know that God is good.
Yes, yes, yes. That's a good
And,
knowing.
and I want to say that I'm grateful to God and how He created us, our bodies to heal,
Yes,
to come
yes.
back, together, and he also put it in the minds of, well, not even just the minds of mankind, to create products that help the healing, but in the beginning, on the onset, God has given us herbs and things to do to heal, to heal the
Exactly.
body.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that is good. I'm glad you mentioned that because the aspect that the body comes back and heals when we do different things.
Mm-hmm.
It knows what to do to bring it back to square one. So
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
even though we don't know sometimes what to do, the body knows. It'll try what it can, so that's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Queen. And then the goddess declaration is, my blessings always overflow.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, like a glass of water or something that's overflowing, it's just coming out. It's just to have blessings all the time, all the time.
All the time.
Isn't that something? All righty then. Anybody else care to share about blessings?
Blessings all the time. That's a song. I'm gonna write a song.
I know blessings
Yes.
all the time. All right.
Grateful for
Just the way you say it. When you say it, Deitra, blessings all the time.
Right, right.
You were
I'm
saying
grateful for
something?
provision.
You say, Stacy, what did you say?
Grateful for provisions. Like God
Provisions.
always
Yes.
provides. When you have so many people relying on you, God
Yeah.
just always provides. It's just I always have what I need. And
Yes.
yeah, the overabundance, yeah, that's awesome because I need overabundance.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Stacy, for sharing. That's great.
Can somebody mute me?
You want me to?
Yeah, because I'm
Okay. All right, babe.
Okay. Now we're going to actually see a video of Dr. Bobby Price. And now I asked myself, why did I choose this video? Well, first of all, it's talking about Candida yeast. And some of us don't realize we're dealing with it. Some of us know we're not. However, this video talks about a myriad of things that we can learn from. And I thought that what he shared in this video, we can gain from it. So thank you, Queen, for showing this.
Welcome back to the channel once again, where we talk all things health and healing from a holistic perspective. And today will be no different. Today we're going to talk about how do we fix Candida yeast overgrowth in the body. Okay. Now, you may be experiencing Candida in many ways. Okay. But most people, when they think about Candida or yeast overgrowth, they think about a vaginal yeast infection. But both men and women can have yeast infections, and they're not always in the genital area, okay? You can have a yeast infection between your toes, and we call it athlete's feet. You can have it in the bed of your toenail, okay, and it becomes brown, blackish sometimes. That's also a fungal infection, okay? You can have it in the groin area, and we call it a jock itch. You also could have it orally in the mouth, and we call that oral thrush. Okay, so it's really important to know that Candida can appear in many parts of the body and have many different symptoms. What's also really important to know and understand is that candida is a systemic issue. It's not local, meaning if you got a fungal infection in the bed of your toenails, it probably means that you got yeast all over the body, okay? Even though it's not showing up everywhere over the body. So that's really important. So you can treat it locally, as with, I've done a video on if you have a black or brown toenail, go check that video out. It's a really great video, and I give you the solution for it. Now you can treat it locally, but the unfortunate thing is that if you still got yeast in your body, because that's already a general weakness, the infection is coming back, okay? That's the big point that I want you to understand before we get into the solutions and things of that nature. You have to treat it systemically in the body, okay? And so you got to start where it starts, okay? Which we'll get to in a second. But what's really important, I know a lot of people wanted me to talk about oral thrush or candida overgrowth on the tongue. When you see a lot of people who have these white coated tongues, especially in the morning. Now, I had one person ask me, well, can you use a tongue scraper? Now I have a tongue scraper. This is the one I use, okay? Now, what I will tell you is that that tongue scraper does have some function, but it does not get rid of yeast on your tongue, okay? It scrapes it off, but it does not get rid of it. It's effective for removing food from the tongue, cleaning the tongue, which is a good thing, but it does not get rid of yeast. The yeast will grow right back. And I wanted to make that point because I know a lot of people ask me about the tongue scrapers, okay? Now that I've said that, what's important to know is that there are over 31 different species of candida, okay? 31. But about 5 of them account for 92% of all infections, okay? With the most common being Candida albicans, okay? Also, what's important to understand is that, yes, there are medications out there. There are many medications that are being used for all of the various fungal infections that I just spoke about. But what's really important to understand is that they do not address the issue, which is what we're about to get into. And if you don't address the issue, this is why when people take these prescriptions, often they have a repeat or a reoccurrence, is because you didn't address the issue, okay? And in many cases, as we know, all medications have side effects, and some of the side effects could actually lead to you having a reoccurring infection. So I think that's a really, really important, understanding to have, because I know that the symptoms can be very frustrating and you're wanting to get away from those symptoms. But I also think it's important to understand that it is not a long-term solution, okay? Now let's start with what are some of the symptoms of a candida overgrowth. And the reason why I'm calling it an overgrowth is because at very minuscule or small levels, you're going to have some levels of bacteria, even viruses, and even fungus inside of us, okay? If you were to look at our cells, our cellular makeup, and look at it by the numbers, we are 90% pathogen cells, microbes, not human cells. We're only about 10% human cells. So we're mostly made of bacteria, fungus, viruses, and etc. Okay? But the issue is that the balance, okay, is where the balance, and specifically that balance inside of the gut or the microbiome, okay? When the bad bacteria or bad fungus tend to overgrow, that's when you have a problem. So what you're trying to do is keep the balance, and the balance is always tilted in the favor of the quote unquote good bacteria, good fungus, etc. But what happens is with the lifestyle changes that we've had over the last 30, 40 years, and all of the things that I'm about to mention in just a second, it will help you understand how we throw things out of balance, okay? And create a lot of the symptoms that are associated with candida overgrowth. So symptom number 1, systemic inflammation. That's inflammation all over your body. So you're gonna feel inflamed in your feet, in your joints, in your lower back, in your neck. You're gonna feel inflamed all over the body. So it won't be inflammation just in one knee. It'll be inflammation all over the body. And that inflammation sometimes will get even worse when you eat some of the foods that I'm going to talk about in just a second. Okay. Another typical symptoms are mouth sores. Okay. Canker sores. All right. That's also a sign of candida overgrowth as well too. Another sign and symptom is chronic fatigue or fatigue, being tired all the time. And it's because your immune system is constantly responding to this low-grade infection of a candida overgrowth. And this is what's keeping you tired, but this is also what's inflaming your body as well too. All right. Also headaches. Okay. If you have those phantom headaches, you don't know where they come from. Okay. Or sometimes, let's say, for instance, when you have a sugar craving or you're fasting and you don't eat and you get a headache, it could be because the yeast is screaming. Okay. All right. We'll talk about those critter cravings in just a second. Also, brain fog, ADD symptoms. Okay. A lot of people believe that they're suffering from ADD, and we can call it brain fog as well too. And a lot of people's real issue is that they have a candida overgrowth, a fungal overgrowth in their body. Okay. Candida can literally hijack your brain. Okay. And we can go and I could do a whole video over how candida hijacks the system, hijacks your brain. But it's really important to know if all of a sudden you develop this brain fog where you're just in a cloud, or ADD symptoms where you're having problems focusing, it could be because of a candida overgrowth. Okay. Also, seasonal allergies. If you're one of those people who never really had seasonal allergies, and all of a sudden you started to develop them later on in life, and they're really, really bad around, spring, things of that nature, it could be because of a candida overgrowth. Okay. And the reason why is because, it's tied to our immune system, but also histamines as well too. Okay. Also, digestive issues are another symptoms. So bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea. These are also symptoms as well too. Okay. Because again, the candida starts in your gut. The overgrowth starts in your gut and spreads out to the rest of your body. Critter cravings. Okay. The reason why I call them critter cravings is because if you've ever seen like these scary movies, you notice that a lot of them have like aliens that crawl in your body and take over your brain and have you doing what they want to do. Well, that's exactly what a fungus like candida does. It hijacks you and tells you to eat what it wants you to eat because it feeds the candida and makes it grow. Okay, so critter cravings. And then also skin, nail infections as well too. If you're constantly getting those type of infections, could be a sign of candida overgrowth. Okay, so those are just a few of the symptoms. Okay, I think that's really important to kind of start with because you may be experiencing several of these symptoms all at once. Okay, so let's get into what are the causes. What's causing the candida to overgrowth in the first place? Well, the first thing is you're feeding the candida, making it grow, and you're feeding it primarily with sugar. Okay, I know that every time we get on here, I'm talking about sugar, but I'll tell you, our sugar consumption has grown exponentially. Whereas in the 1850s, the average person was consuming around 4 to 5 pounds of sugar every year. And today we're consuming 152 pounds of sugar every year annually, individually. So you can see how that stark difference, okay? That stark difference of, that sugar consumption is a huge reason why we're where we're at. Okay, so getting rid of the added sugars and things of that nature is going to be critical. We do not need added sugar at all in our body, and added sugar is not equivalent with the sugar that is in fruit. Let me make that very clear. The natural sugar that is in fruit is very different from the sugar that is added to something, that is taken out of something. Okay, number 2, refined carbohydrates. And because refined carbohydrates like breads, pastas, pizzas, etc., when you consume them, they turn into sugar and they feed the candida or yeast, which is why you love bread so much. Okay, it's not that you just have a sweet tooth. You also have a bread tooth as well too, a carbohydrate tooth. Okay. Number 3, starches. Starches also feed yeast as well too. All right. Number 4, uncontrolled diabetes. So if you're one of those people who have issues with regulating your blood sugars, this will definitely feed yeast in the body. Okay. So another huge reason why you want to control your blood sugars by controlling the amount of sugar you consume, the refined carbohydrates, the starches, the sugary beverages, etc. Okay. And these zero drinks count as added sugar. Okay. Really important. All right. People like to throw that one out. Number 5, gut dysbiosis. Gut dysbiosis is when you have a dysfunctional microbiome. Okay. And you have a dysfunctional microbiome due to a lot of things that is in a whole nother video, but it could be your consumption of gluten and those refined carbohydrates that I talked about, processed foods, not enough good bacteria, not eating enough fiber. The list goes on and on. But those are the primary offenders of the gut. All right. Number 6, stress. Stress because it compromises our immune system. Okay, and it's our immune system that is designed to fight against this candida, this fungus, this virus, this bacteria, etc. Okay, so the more we stress, the more we suppress our immune system. Okay, and the more we suppress our immune system, the more it allows this overgrowth of candida to get even bigger. Okay, so stressing, even low grade stress. Okay, and there's different types of stress. There's good stress like exercise. Okay, challenging ourselves to achieve a goal. Then there's bad stress, like worrying about something that doesn't matter or something that you can't change. Okay, that's the type of stress that compromises your immune system. Okay, number 7, antibiotics. Okay, antibiotics kill the bacteria, the bad bacteria, but they also kill the good bacteria, and they also kill the things that fight against candida growing. Okay, so they kill the good bacteria, but they also kill they kill the bad bacteria, but they also kill the good bacteria that actually produces its own natural antibiotics. Okay, this is what also allows the fungus to grow, the candida to overgrow in the system as well too. Steroids. So if you're on steroids, we all know that steroids are immune suppressors. They will suppress the immune system. Okay. And when they suppress the immune system, this is what allows any pathogen to grow, including candida. Okay, hugely important. Number 9, and this is a shocker to a lot of women when I mention this, but birth control. Birth control because it affects the gut microbiome. Okay, and it could create gut dysbiosis. And this is what can lead to a candida overgrowth in the body. And when the candida overgrows in the gut, it can end up creating symptoms anywhere in the body. And again, we can call that a toenail fungus. We can call that, candida on the tongue. We can call that a jock itch. We can call that athlete's foot. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay. It typically starts in the gut and it goes out into the body and wreaks havoc. Because again, it's a systemic issue. Okay. And then those are the causes. Let's get into some of the solutions. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a 4-step approach to this. Remove. You got to get rid of the things that are causing the issues in the first place, whether that be the antibiotics or whatever it is you're taking, the birth control, etc. Again, you need to speak to your doctor about this because not all medications can be abruptly stopped. Okay. So remove the starches, the refined carbohydrates, the sugars, the added sugars. Okay, remove. Replace those with things that are actually good for the gut, that are high in fiber, that feed the good bacteria in the gut that have prebiotics in them. Okay, so replace. The third R is revenge. You gotta wage war on this candida. Okay. And we can do that in a natural way, which I'll give you a few ways to do that in just a second. And then once you have your revenge, now it's time to restore. Okay. And we restore with balance in the diet, diversity, etc., exercise, sunlight, correcting deficiencies. Okay, so let me give you a few solutions. The first thing is you want to starve. Okay, removing is the starving. You want to starve the yeast, and you starve it by not giving it those added sugars, the yeast, the starch. Okay, first things first, start there. Second thing is you could use a couple of different herbs. Okay, those couple of different herbs are tea tree oil. Okay, let's say if you have a toenail fungus. Some of my favorite herbs to use are oregano, is antifungal, Paul Diaco, okay, antifungal, black walnut hull, antifungal, okay. Also oil pulling. So let's say, for instance, you had, the candida tongue, that white coating on the tongue. You could oil pull and add some of these herbs to the to the oil that you're using, okay? Now, for most of you, you know that I have a parasite candida cleanse, okay? This is what the candida is in my parasite candida cleanse, okay? So it not only gets rid of the parasites, it gets rid of the candida as well too. And as I mentioned, the Paul Diarco, the black walnut hull, the oregano, they're all inside of this parasite candida cleanse. Okay, and that's the really cool thing. So when you get my detox, you get the parasite candida cleanse to take care of the parasites and the yeast or the candida, but you also get the Tommy Detox as well to flush everything out of the gut. Because here's the thing, once you kill the yeast, it's got to be flushed out the body. Okay, certain things could be reactivated after they're killed in the body if they stay in the body. Okay, and so that's why it's a complete system. That's why I call it a full body detox, because you got to open up these elimination pathways. See, it's one thing to say, I'm going to use a herb or a food to inoculate something, but it's a whole nother thing to say, I'm going to use food and herbs to inoculate something and then open up the proper elimination channel to get it out of the body as well too. So I hope this has been helpful in terms of like helping you understand how you could deal with that yeast or candida problem. If you have not seen my video on, the brown toenail, that one will be very useful for you. And if you have not seen my video on sugar and how deadly it could be to our health, you definitely need to go watch that one as well too. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not already. I'm noticing that the vast majority of people who are consuming my content have not hit that subscriber button. So I need you to hit that subscriber button and share this. We got to make this as a grassroots effort in sharing this type of information, okay? Because this isn't the kind of information, that they teach us when we go to, school as healthcare professionals, okay? So we're not able to share it with you because we're not taught it. So make sure you make this a sharing is caring type of effort by sharing this with somebody you love. And until the next time, peace and blessings and Godspeed.
Oh, hey. Thank you. Nice.
Oh, Stacy said she didn't hear that. She didn't hear anything. Oh, that product is that's interesting. So because a lot of the symptoms he touted definitely, in my life, the constant fatigue. I'm so tired of being tired. And so, yeah. Oh, you're on mute, babe.
Thank you. Yeah. But when I saw this video, I thought about myself first of all. I've experienced some things regarding candida. I was like, oh my goodness, so I definitely wanted to share this information with you all because some people can relate to it, and plus with my company, with the blood analysis, I check for yeast, so I realized that that's something that can come up, even in our blood, if we test it and get it. And Lottie, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you find a lot in your blood analysis? Do you find a lot of people do have yeast, or does everyone have some of it? And
Yeah, sometimes a little, but so far nobody came with a pronounced level of yeast infection. But yeah, but it's good to know that though, if you have it, you know, and things you can do about it. So that's great. Oh, greetings, Grand Rising, Sharonda. Thank you.
What did he call? What was that product he said he sells? Parasite.
Oh, what was the name of it?
Does he have a website?
Yes, he does. That's Dr. If you just look up Dr. Price, Bobby Price. Let me see, I can try to find it right now, but yeah, but I really like listening to him because he's calm and cool about it, and he's direct with what he wants to share. So I like that. Okay, Dr. Bobby Price. Okay, I spelled it wrong. That's not good.
I have to find my paperwork because Dr. Nicole did a blood analysis on me.
Oh, did she? Okay, good. Okay, yeah. He has a detox. That's what that's called, a full body detox. Let me see what else he got here. Let me see what his website is. My goodness, they're giving a book, but I want his website. Ugh. But he does have a good book. I did buy it. But it's called a Herbal Detox. And his website is drbobbyprice.com.
Okay.
Right, and then
hey Joy.
Hey Joy.
Grand Rising family.
Grand Rising. Yeah, his a good book that I bought was Vegecation Over Medication. So that was a nice book.
That's funny. Vegetation.
Vegecation over medication, right? Well, Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome.
I'm gonna I took that back to where he shows the product, Mama Evelyn.
Okay.
Share that with you.
Have a parasite candida cleanse. Okay, this is what the candida is in my parasite candida cleanse. Okay, so it not only gets rid of the parasites, it gets rid of the candida as well too. And as I mentioned,
get it?
Yeah. Why is it sometimes when people like, why does it show backwards? Like, like when you hold up, like when you, because it's backwards, and it's like, what is that? I don't understand that.
And then sometimes it's
It's
forward.
the right way.
Yeah.
That's weird. What is that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Hmm.
Just give us something to think about.
Right, exactly.
More to research, right?
Yeah,
Lakeisha. Enjoy. I wasn't talking when I was looking for that
Grand
information.
Rising, Lakeisha. And thank you, let's see, Sharonda, for sharing that about itchy feet, the tea tree oil.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah, but that could be a sign of candida too, itchy feet and stuff. Yeah.
I tell you, one thing you just don't want to see is a person's feet, and it's all, oh gosh.
I know, right.
And my Aunt Dora, she used to have, she had it caked in her head,
Oh,
and she'd
wow.
always want us to scratch. I couldn't do it,
Couldn't do it.
My cousin, she would sit there and scratch Aunt Doris's hair, and just scabs of it. That must be what it was,
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, I mean, head full of it. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had it at one time years ago. I don't know whether it was a shampoo I was using, but it was right here at the back of my head. And yeah, so I started using a different shampoo because I don't know, I don't know if it was a bad habit, but of keeping conditioner in my hair overnight.
Okay.
And now I don't know, the conditioners, we were using a brand of Suave, and I just leave it in there for a few minutes because my head would start to itch, and I was like, maybe
Yeah.
my body reacting to something. So
That's good you're paying attention. That's great.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like I know when Sheena put those I put those flavor, I call them flavor beads, whatever those beads is you put in with the wash to make it smell good.
Oh,
I was thinking all that additive. I never was one to use dryer sheets. I was never one to use fabric softener. I just never used it. But when she used these flavor beads and she washed my clothes, and all of a sudden I got a yeast infection, I was like, I knew
wow.
what that was. I said, "Whoa, nope, don't wash my clothes with yours and put that stuff in there because you can do it naturally, make your clothes smell good in the wash. You don't have to use that chemical, whatever it is they put together."
That's true.
Tell me some natural things that you can use.
I just remember seeing a video where you could make your own beads.
Oh, okay.
And using essential oils.
Right. Yeah.
And not any other additive, whatever they may put in those beads to whatever. You can make your own. You can make your own laundry detergent.
Oh yeah.
Either liquid. I don't know about the liquid, but definitely the powder. And I wanted to do that too.
That's true, because what I'm finding is even these other brands, Downy and all that, they use essential oils to make their stuff seem better. They add that. I'm like, you know what? But then it is combined with a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. Chemicals. Yeah. Even the natural. I haven't. Anything I use is usually free and clear of any dyes or anything.
Oh, good.
I really try to use the Ecos
Yeah.
detergent, or something vegetable based.
Right. Well, that's great, Mama Evelyn. Great. Okay. Anybody else have any comments on the video or just health in general, or when it comes to Candida, have you seen any signs of it?
Probably what's happening under the girls right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So keeping that area dry, but I don't know, when I use my shea butter, that helped with the itching, because I got some Gold Bond one to help me with nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't helping. It wasn't helping the itching, but I just used the shea butter that I make. I use that to moisturize the area, but then I just keep something like a cotton cloth, you know, to just keep it dry during the day.
Okay, and you make your own. How do you do that? How do
Oh,
you?
my shea butter?
Yeah.
Oh, well, my girlfriend Deb, she has, she was at the conference. She has the shea, and I'll call her and send her over $60 and she'll get me a 40-pound block of,
Oh.
and I keep it under the cabinet in the kitchen in a nice container that I bought for it because it fits right in there. And I'll lop off a chunk, and then I'll purchase some because I like cocoa butter.
Okay.
Get that from Amazon. And so I'll use shea butter, cocoa butter, and I use grapeseed oil as like the water.
Okay, liquid. Yeah.
As the liquid. And I melt it down. I don't melt it over the heat. I heat the water and then I put the pot on it.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't want the direct heat to be heating it up.
Exactly.
And then I add other oils, olive oil, avocado oil if I feel like it, jojoba oil,
Okay.
black castor oil, like a couple of tablespoons of each of those.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll put some glycerin in there, like for some extra wetness.
Yes.
And then I like doing it in the winter. Well, I like doing it in the summer because I like to melt the shea butter out in the sun.
Right. That's cool.
But then I'll let it cool down. And then even as it's liquid, I'll start whipping it with the hand mixer. And then I'll go back to it throughout the day and whip it. And then it'll start solidifying. And then I'll whip it until I can't whip it no more. My daughter goes through it like water.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Mama Evelyn. That's good things to share.
It's more economical because if you spend $5 or $10 on a bottle from somebody else, even though I love my girls' products, but it's like the way my daughter goes through it that's not economical.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you. Anybody else have something to share? Any good ideas?
Shout out to Natural Living by Design. The deodorant is awesome, man, and you can spray that on all body parts.
Yeah.
I love that deodorant.
Oh, that's nice. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it keeps you dry. Yeah, and under the girls, every place. It keeps you dry.
What's the name of it, Keisha?
It's called Natural Living by Design. Let me go and get on.
Nope. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I was about to say I had to run upstairs to get it because it's upstairs.
Oh, the deodorant?
Yeah.
I went to an event yesterday called Challenge Her. It was an all-day event. It was awesome. It was a lot about government contracting on different services, as well as, if you want to get your products or services to the government. And it was so cool because at the end, I said, I'm just going to network with just two more people. And they both bought some deodorant.
Wow. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
How did when you went to Chicago, how did that go?
It didn't go. We didn't go. We was on the road and then we turned back around.
Why?
Multiple reasons. So one of the things is only had 2 days to prepare for it. Mm-hmm. So it goes to show that if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Get ready, yeah.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
So I stayed up trying to get everything together and didn't have my margins right because I forgot that we increased the deodorant because now the deodorant is $8.99. So I hadn't had the margins and just little different things. But we was going to go anyway until my mama. And I got so mad. I was like, we ain't going. We ain't going. But, so we wasn't really, you have to be prepared when you're dealing with your margins and you talking and negotiating and different things like that. And plus I was kind of exhausted because I still stayed up for a couple days, and just to take that drive and be a rush, I just felt like my spirit, I was like, God, tell me if we should go, if we shouldn't go, just say something. He never said nothing. So as we was getting on the, I said, we just ended up turning back around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it was a very good decision because you want to be on point,
Right.
That's true.
You want to be dressed properly. You want to be ready to show up for business, to do business.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, Lakeisha. Way to go.
Did anybody get on the Anthony Robbins and Dean program that Lakeisha put out there? Man, that was
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was really good.
I enjoyed it. The second day, I had my my class with Launch You at the same time from 1 to 3, So after that, I was able to get on. But they have a replay. So if anybody missed it, you can definitely go on and see the replay on YouTube.
Okay.
And that's under what, Lakeisha, so we can see it?
What is it called? Something, it has changed. I tell you what.
The game.
Game changer.
The game has changed. Yeah.
The game has changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, guess what?
What?
I signed up yesterday.
Did
you? Did you? You signed up for the program?
I did. I did.
The front door. Okay.
All day, and I was glad, Lakeisha, that because I got the email, so I'm going through my email and I hit it, and I'm like, oh man, I missed it because I had signed up, and then I missed it, and so when I saw it, the replay was up, and all day Sunday, that's all 9 hours. I just watched each video one after the other.
Good.
And all the questions that I got stuck at in doing like with the natural hair thing, I have the presentations together, but I didn't have the how-to, the next step, the all of that. And they covered all of that. And they said that they had 24/7 live assistance.
Oh, wow.
Because they had people from all over the world in there. So they couldn't just say 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time kind of thing. And I know that they had, before this, they had a funnel. I would see him and Tony talking about the funnel. I never signed up for that. As a matter of fact, I never even took the class, the introduction. But yeah, it's because I'm stopped, and I just.
Have you ever been to any of his seminars?
No, but I'm thankful that you shared your experience with Tony. So that, I know he's big and his personality is always wonderful and loving and stuff. That's one thing, but actually, helping people when you said that testimony, then okay, somebody has actually interacted with them. And I'm super excited about that, because now I really feel that I can go all the way, because like I said, I have the programs and I have things that I could teach about. Just those little components that I just didn't know where to find out without having to pay thousands and thousands.
And
like that.
that's reasonable. That what he's offering is very reasonable.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I paid for something. I paid for something before the 3 days. I paid for something that you pay $95 every month. But I've been so busy. Today I'm
Oh,
having.
that was so you could do the Gigi.
No, it's supposed to be like I get access to a lot of information, some kind of lot of
Okay.
information.
Yeah.
But I have to, have to go in and see because I've really been,
And he just really gives you the techniques to bust through. I really wish I had stuck with them, just to bust through those barriers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would have never saw myself walking on some hot coals. It just breaking through those barriers and it's just a lot of information, but staying with it and staying focused.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gigi is a AI, but they created it. They put their twist on it, and it would be what Tony and what's his name?
Dean, Tony, and
Dean.
Yeah.
If they were answering, it's kind of like more tailored to what they would say, kind of thing, but it's AI and all the assistants. So I'm super excited about that. And yeah, my husband paid, so I paid for it, so I didn't have to pay somebody back.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I want to say I am so proud of you all. Like I am really, really so proud. Y'all are really stepping up, doing the doggone thing. I'm just really, really excited about our future and where we go. I am. I'm just so excited. Deitra, I'm so excited about your business, that you launched your business. Like
Thank you.
That is so huge. Such a great big step. And Evelyn, girl, you just been stepping out your own self, girl. You go
Yeah, because Evelyn she got me doing art. I put the other arts up and stuff, and people come in and I take them and I show that. Now look at this and look at that. That comes from Mama Evelyn. Yeah. Right. So yeah. Deitra, I wanted to say, if you would, I got your package in the mail. If you would send digital so that, because I'll post it. I'll post your stuff, but that's the easiest way for me to support you in that way. And I am working on at the shop being able to have some health and wellness workshops and things like that. And starting with all of us that come in actually and live, we can do some things right there at the shop.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
At the shop. When Queen Afua came, I had a space on the inside, and then we moved to the outside of the place. And we were doing workshops and health and wellness, and we were doing retreats. Women would come. We would bring blow-up beds and spend the night. We had with the Queen of Afua, she has this one program where it's for the community in Brooklyn. She's now in LA, but in Brooklyn, once a year she would do, I don't know if it's once a year or seasonally. She would do a thing, it was free, and she would just give tonics. And Danielle has talked about it before, and we made them. She drove back in so that she teaches how to administer them. And then she would do these 15-minute consultations. Just 15 minutes. And the space that I had, it had this little dome, and I had her all set up, and I would be on the outside, and she would sit there all queenly and stuff. She's
oh yeah, I remember,
all queenly and stuff. And then she would, person would come in and she talk about them, and she tell them what they need.
Yes.
You tell them what they need, right? And then they would buy that.
Okay.
They would
Okay.
purchase those things, or at least they would know for when they wanted to, or when they were able to purchase it.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are things, because I was thinking about, where do we take Elizabeth? Where do we go next? You know, there would be great to have some things where it's not just online, but hands-on, where people actually can come and see and talk to Madam Finance and have a 15-minute consultation, you know, one-on-ones right there.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Yep, I was thinking about Stacy, and so many people have issues with is it diabetes? What is it?
Diabetes.
Diabetes, you know, so yeah, and even with Sharonda and Danielle and dancing, and the space is right there. Now, if you don't have any space, my space is bigger than what you have.
Right, right. Well, thank you.
And it can serve for many, many purposes. So, you know, that's even with you, Lolly, you're bringing the youth in and doing some workshop. That space used to be where they did poetry and art and stuff, that everybody come in, not everybody, but when people come in and say, oh yeah, I used to come here when they did.
Right.
It was always around art. It was always around performing and stuff. So the space is there. Mama Evelyn has already used it. Mama Evelyn, we got to get that thing out about your next workshop. The art. Yeah. Anyway, it is 10:03.
With all that being said, real quick, before y'all go, maybe we can think about it, pray about it. Maybe you want to do, like you said, a quarterly thing for the Elizabeths, or if we can get to monthly, like Mama Evelyn, that would be good. But you had started working on some things before the conference. But I wanted to show y'all two things. I'm here in Georgia, and I thought about you, Mama Evelyn, and Queen Aduni. Look at this. Look at that, like for a make and take.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep.
Wow.
And then, because I know y'all ready to go, so I just wanted to show y'all where I am. So
Wait, why are you in Atlanta?
I went for a real estate conference. So it's for 2 days, and y'all know I started trying to take some more time. So I'm here in beautiful Georgia, Atlanta, but this is Fairburn, so it's like 15 minutes from the airport. But it's really like peaceful and relaxing. And I'm just like, man, I gotta get started, because Sunday I was out there with the homeless people. So
wow.
Keisha and whoever else is dealing with real estate, I'm like, I gotta get this stuff figured out, because you know, I don't want to keep working the W-2.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank y'all. God bless you.
Thanks for showing us.
Thank you. And thanks for that
for the health and wellness.
Yeah.
Just want to say, I literally had to faith my way through this trip. So God can work things out. You might not know how it's all gonna work out.
Yeah.
But it'll work out. Keep trying, keep pushing.
Yes.
And some kind of way it's gonna work out, and it's been working out for me. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you for taking the time.
Awesome. All right, baby, you want to close us out?
Oh, okay. Are you talking to me?
I am.
Okay.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Right. I want us to send out our love. Show love for yourself. Give yourself a nice hug. Ooh. And I want us to give the world a hug. Ooh, yes. Nice big world. And then we're going to drop some wonderful thoughts of sprinkles of love and care, and make sure, once I want to say before we leave, make sure you stay hydrated and try to get in a cool space, because it's going to be a hot one today. Okay. Is that good? Peace.
Steve. Lakeisha, yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. So we will see you. We will grand rise into Lakeisha's show. Be wisdom, wise women. All right. Peace out.
Yes,
Peace.